What's up, guys? Day 15, and yeah, I got a lot of business on my mind. It is 9 something, closer to 10. No, it's 10:05, and yeah, just been going. The biggest thing on my mind right now is the most important thing I can do in the business is increase LTV, lifetime value, and decrease my CAC, which is my client acquisition cost. So, how do you do that? The thing about a lead source like Thumbtack, Yelp sucks. It's horrible. I would never recommend, even though apparently a couple of years ago it was phenomenal. And like Google LSA, is that your lead price is fixed. So it's hardly marketing. It's really just, yeah, like if Google wants to charge you $80 a lead, they will. Whereas, specifically Facebook ads, you are in complete control, and depending on how well of a job you do at creating the ad and targeting the right people, you are able to determine what your cost per lead is. The only way I can drop my CAC with a fixed lead price like Google LSA, Thumbtack, and those is to have a higher close rate. So if you close 1 out of 4 people at, say, $50 cost per lead, then your acquisition cost is going to be $200. Some people divide their overhead for the month by their number of clients, all that. Like I'm just going just the advertising dollars. Just because our business overhead is very minimal. So if you close 25% of leads, 1 out of 4, and your cost per lead is fixed through Thumbtack and LSA, $50, it's going to be $200 CAC. That's a problem, right? The only way you can increase CAC with fixed lead would be increasing your close rate. So if it's 50%, then $50 per lead, 1 out of 2 leads, you're going to close. So it's going to be $100 CAC, right? So the thing about Facebook is that if you're on a bad ad, it could be $30 cost per lead, and you're going to close way lower percentage because Facebook is just not as high of buyer intent. So maybe you close 1 out of 10 on Facebook, right? If it's $30 cost per lead, it's going to be $300 CAC. But if you can run a phenomenal ad and you can close a higher percent, say you can close, instead of 1 out of 10, you can close 1 out of 5, and you can get your cost per lead down by having a phenomenal creative. You can get, let's say, $8 cost per lead, because that's actually reasonable if you have a really good ad on Facebook. 1 out of 5, you're going to get a $40 CAC. $40 CAC, you're printing money. So if everything else in your business is set up correctly. So the goal, what we're trying to do is identify what things in the business could we do that would just explode our growth. And in this moment, it truly would be our advertising cost. Just having, not just we're advertising, and not just our advertising is good, but have great advertising, which is a great marketing funnel in general. Sales are already great, so it's really just the marketing. What can we get our cost per lead to? Qualified leads, not just trash leads. So, and even if it takes, a bunch of money to get there in time and of testing, it's 100% worth it to build a reliable marketing system and get to a $40 CAC. That would be incredible. So the other thing with LSA and Thumbtack is like you can't scale the amount of leads that you get. Like if you put 200 a day to LSA and Thumbtack, like it might not even spend that full 200. Because there's only a certain amount of leads that people are coming in. So anyways, that's really what I'm really focused on. And the thing is, honestly, almost every single cleaning company's ads are the same. Every single one. There is not much difference between them. The only, there's just not. There's nothing innovative. There's nothing new. It's just the same thing recycled over and over and over. So I really believe that we can do something special there. So that really is like high priority. Our operations manager is doing great. Had a great second week. He's gonna be third week. Now it's kind of like, all right, like you own it. You own the schedule. You own client support. You own customer support, or you own cleaner support. Handle cleanings, handle fulfillment. So now we can not be interrupted often about cleanings, and we can just focus on selling, and we can focus on getting more people to sell at a low cost per lead. So that is the focus. That is like the biggest focus. Like I was just looking at other marketing agencies' results, and they're like cost per lead of like they were very happy at a cost per lead of like $16 on Facebook. And we just threw up an ad just based on 2 hours or something of like, let's just script this out, let's idea, okay, what about this, what about this, what about this, all right, let's just shoot it. And literally like me holding the camera, holding the phone, my face, saying a script and messing it up like 30 times, but finally getting a good take and then posting that. And we were getting like $15 cost per lead. And that was just like, so I think we can really blow that out of the water. So I'm going to do just about everything I can for that, like Facebook ads. I want to get PPC going, like AdWords. It's just not a space I'm as familiar with. But I am very familiar with landing pages, so that's usually the harder part for people. And we have the sales dialed in, so it's not going to be difficult setting that up. So, I'm excited for that. That'll be dope. I was just looking at this guy's model. It's Made This, and they sell franchises. Like franchise to have a franchise through is like 42. It's like 42 grand, 43 grand. And then they're saying you should expect another 10 to 20 grand to like get the business like going and profitable. Like startup kind of expenses. I don't know if they're guaranteed profitable. It's just kind of like, this is what you should expect when you're starting. And it was just wild to me. Like, they have like 30 plus locations. And like, I'm just helping Braden, get things going. I think he got Thumbtack like turned on today. He found cleaners. He's been in Iowa, so we haven't really connected too much. So we're gonna like be more intentional about documenting that journey and kind of the process. I'm making notes on my end, he's making notes on his end, but I want to be like really intentional about like, all right, let's do touch points, let's refine this, so you guys can see like, okay, starting from nothing, what does it look like? I think there's one thing you need to dial in business, it's your just acquisition. It's like your customer acquisition. I mean, obviously you want to provide an absolutely great service or product, but that's not usually where most people fail. I feel like most people fail because they can't sell to enough people. They can't get in front of enough faces or have enough conversations and convert enough conversations into clients. So we've got the converting conversation to client part down. Let's get the turning, just get in front of more faces at a lower price, but still quality faces. So yeah, that's the goal. That is the goal. So I think that is top priority. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. This week has felt a bit sporadic. I haven't felt as dialed in because I feel like there's just been multiple things kind of like slipping through the cracks. Hasn't been the best communication just between our team. Responsibilities of kind of like, are you doing this? Am I doing this? Who's supposed to be doing this? What's best? Okay, I'll do it this once, but in the future you do it, but I'll teach you how to do it. Like, trying to like, okay, how do we figure things out? Like, it's new to all of us. So it's kind of been like, I start working on something, but then it's like, oh yeah, this thing over here, is someone gonna take care of that? Okay, no, let me just take care of it and also like make a process for it, and like, how do we deal with that in the future? And there's so many things that are in our head, like me and Elijah's head, that we need to like get down on paper to be able to have an operations manager take over things. But for me and Elijah both to also be aligned on how we do things, because it's been off the cuff in a lot of ways. So yeah, I think the goal is, me and Elijah were just talking, and we basically started, like, launched in February. So we are just gonna go ham until February of next year. Like, when we first talked, like April, we were like, man, like, let's really try to get to like 15K, like 20K end of year would be awesome. Like December, 20K. Let's see how we're doing. Think about like, do we want to keep going with this? Do we want to like sell? Do we want to, what do we want to do? Do we want to be more hands off? Do we like, what's the goal? And I think we're just pushing that out to February instead of December, to like say like, all right, 12 months. Like, where do we get in 12 months? Where do we go from here? So in February we'll see. I think it's reasonable. I think 30 MRR, not MRR, 30 a month and growing, maybe like 16, 18 MRR, something like that is reasonable. But like 30 with one times, and like 35% margins. That's the thing everyone doesn't talk about. I think because most people advertise their, this business model and this business model, like, I sold X amount, like $100,000 in my first year, but like, it doesn't matter if you had $100,000 come in, if you had $200,000 go out, like, you're negative. So you hear all these stories. Like, I just watched a video from this guy. It's like $150,000 in my remote cleaning business a month. At that point, like, yeah, like, you're most likely probably. But then there was another guy that was trying to sell his business, and he was like, should I sell his business? He's like, I do 60K a month revenue. And then was like, yeah, I want to sell it. And then when I like actually reached out to him, he was doing 60K a month revenue, but was only doing like I want to say like 8K a month net or less, and I was just like, jeez, like, what is that? It's less than 15%. Like, that's not good comparably. Like, there's things going on there. It's like, what's going on that's wonky. Just as far as like industry standard for the margins in a cleaning business. So, yeah. Anyways, I think we're just gonna go ham another 5 months. Realistically, like February to now, what has it been, 7 months? Like we just got into month 7. Yeah. And like it's great where we're at, right? Like it's great. And like I'm the kind of person, I want to move on quick. I want to move to the next thing, but I know just stay dialed in and build other things at the same time. Like I want to build a personal brand. Like I just want to what do I want to do with my personal brand? I want to impact people, not just financially, because there's like majority, like 99% of people that follow me aren't gonna follow me for, business advice. Or I really don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why I'm building a personal brand. I don't have a good answer for that at this exact moment at 10 something. There's a lot of factors to that. I think the gist is I want to impact people. I want to help the people like me that were stuck in the issues they were stuck in, like deep mental or emotional things that nobody really could help me out of or speak to me on, like speak my lingo and understand what I was going through. So, I don't know, dude. Whatever this is, documenting the journey. But I mean, this is not meant to be like a 5 ways that you're XYZ. Like this is meant to be raw. So it's raw. I say stupid stuff. Don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. But you're here watching it, so. I trust that these videos will have a impact and there's a purpose to documenting the journey. And that it will reach more than just myself in the future. Myself, my kids, family. So that's how this really started, was getting to take a look into, I would love to see what my dad was like when he was younger, I was literally going through videos last night with my friend Logan of, he was like, dude, what's that 42-minute video or 52-minute video? And it was me in 2020, just like talking to the camera. Same thing. All right, I love you guys. Deuces.